Let me start this conversation by thanking the organizers of this African Food Environment Research Network, Meals for NCDs. I'm very pleased to be here, and I also like to thank the participants also present for this session. Really a privilege. I would start by saying that the nexus of healthy diets, NCDs and environment is a very critical one going forward, especially for Africa. Next slide, please. Next slide.
Yeah, Amos.
The second slide, please.
I'm trying to change the slides here with challenges. Okay, so let me see. Wow.
Frozen.
It's frozen from here.
Okay, while you are struggling to do that, perhaps I can just be highlighting the kind of work we are doing. Basically, yeah, we are involved in, looking at food from a very integrative point of view. We have a system called the Integrated Biosystem. The Integrated Biosystem, we look at food production from a number of ways, a number of interconnected ways. We look at producing organic fertilizer, basically from animal waste. We work on, putting up digesters. Of course, we have a kind of a cyclic system. So let me start by saying that we actually started up having what they call integrated biosystem. So we have poultry or animal house, and we've actually built this system as a kind of a training facility. So the waste from the poultry goes to the digester, which we have constructed like 3 different types of digester, a plastic type, the floating drum, and the Chinese border mass system. And then of course the slurry comes out straight to the fish pond, for microalgae growth. And of course, the water from the fish pond is being used for irrigation. And then the gas that we get is actually being used for heating the chickens and the animal house just to be able to provide heat. So we have this kind of system. So our work basically is hinged on that. We also get involved with health and nutrition literacy. And we have a very big project on traditional diets. Very recently we realized that 4 decades ago, Africans were very used to their traditional diets. With globalization, a lot of youths in Africa, they are actually, going in preference to Western diets, and that is actually causing a problem. So we've been building what they call nutrition health literacy for youths and adolescents who are more into preference of diets like burger, hamburger, and all that. And we seem to be forgetting our traditional diets. So next slide, please. So we also think that although the traditional diets are there, we are also providing the science, to be able to validate what kind of the nutritional content of these traditional diets. We're looking at the approximate analysis, what it contains, and so on and so forth. So we also consider that not all traditional diets are good. Maybe the form of preparation and all that. So we're looking into all that. That's part of our research, mandate. And now we came across quite a very interesting things. There are certain diets that are like rituals in Nigeria and of course in Cameroon, and they are too salty and too oily. So we're looking at that, trying to be able to, get the indigenous people to know how to rearrange the preparation of these diets apart from the traditional preparation techniques that has been handed over to them by their ancestors, trying to let them understand that a very high salty diet is actually predisposing to hypertension. And of course, a high starchy diet is actually predisposing to diabetes and all that. So those are the kinds of things that we built into what we call a health literacy, nutrition literacy program, which involves cooking, eating, as well as cultivation, and cultivation using organic techniques. So we're involved in that. And we also have, last but not the least, a mushroom project. So we realized that, 5 decades ago, a lot of our diets was hinged on, mushrooms, as well as edible insects. So what we've been able to do also now is to be able to go into training people how to cultivate mushrooms, which are low in starch, rich in protein, high amino acid content, less cholesterol, and no cholesterol, so to speak, and so on. So we are building that. And we also have a project where we are training our people how to cultivate edible insects as well. The oils have no cholesterol, very good for culinary activities as well. So these are the kinds of projects that we are building. And in summary, so we are focused on health literacy, nutrition health literacy for that matter, which actually underpins cultivation right up to the cooking techniques and so on and so forth. And we're targeting youths, in the society. And then we are also building what they call the integrated biosystem, where we have fertilizer, nexus with energy, as well as fish cultivation using, nutritional, traditional diets and so on and so forth. So this is basically the kind of project. So I'd like to end here and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much.